El Harim Me'ayin Yavo Ezri. Esaina El Harim Me'ayin Yavo Ezri. Esaina El Harim Me'ayin Yavo Ezri. Ezri Me'im Adonai Oseh Shamayim Va'aretz. Esainai El Harim Me'ayin Yavo Ezri. I lift up my eyes to the mountains. Where does my help come from? I lift up my eyes to the mountains. Where does my help come from? You know my help, it comes from God who made heaven and earth. Esainai El Harim Me'ayin
וחי גולי, וצור חבלי, וצור חבלי, בעת צרה, והוא ניסי, ומנוס לי, מנת כוזי, ביום אקרא.
Yavo Ezri Esa Enai El Heharim Me'ayin Yavo Ezri. Esa Enai El Heharim Me'ayin Yavo Ezri Esa Enai El Heharim Me'ayin Yavo Ezri Ezri Me'im Adonai Oseh Shamayim Va'aretz Esa Enai El Heharim Me'ayin Yavo Ezri. I lift up my eyes to the mountains. Where does my help come from? I lift up my eyes to the mountains. Where does my help come from? You know my help, it comes from God who made heaven and earth. Esa Enai El Heharim Me'ayin Yavo Ezri.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Welcome to this last Shabbat service of the year 2020. Many of us are looking forward to putting 2020 behind us, and that is imminent. And also just another thing to maybe inspire a little more joy this Shabbat is that this is the first Shabbat we're sharing where the days are getting longer, where we have more light in the day, and that will only increase. So with all of that inspiration, brightness, hope for the future embedded in our worship tonight, we begin with words grateful for the opportunity to be together in this way.
Hine ma tovu manai, sheverachim gam yachad. Hine ma tovu manai, sheverachim gam yachad. Hine ma tovu manai, sheverachim gam yachad. Sheverachim gam yachad. Hine ma tovu manai. Sheverachim gam yachad. Hine ma tovu manai. Sheverachim gam yachad.
I invite you to gather around your Sabbath lights as we join together. Everyone should understand that within each of us a lamp glows. Each lamp is like none other. We must work to reveal our own light for all to see, making it a torch that can illumine the world.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lecha likner, lecha likner shel Shabbat. Let's join together as we welcome in our Shabbat bride for the last time in 2020, Lecha Dodi. Lecha Dodi, Likrat Kala, B'nei Shabbat, Kabbalat. Lecha Dodi, Likrat Kala, B'nei Shabbat, Kabbalat. Shamor v'zachor b'dibor echad, Hishmi'anu el hamichad. Shabbat lechu v'necha ki hi mekor habarecha merosh mikedem nesucha sof ma'aseh b'machshava tehila lecha dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat Kabbalat Hitorri ki ba'orek u'mi uri shidaberi kevod Adonai alayik nigla lecha dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat Kabbalat Boi v'shalom ateret bala gam besimcha u'tzechola tov emunei am segula boi chala lecha dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat Kabbalat lecha dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat Kabbalat Shalom Malachei HaShalom Malachei Elyon Malachei HaShalom
Please rise for Barclay.
Adonai HaMevorach Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam Va'ed Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam Va'ed
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, from whom the evening comes. Your wisdom sets the way on which time and seasons glide. Your breath guides the sail of the stars. Creator of the tide, of time and Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'mariv Aravim.
Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha v'chol nafshecha u'v'chol me'otecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinatan levanecha v'dibarta bam v'shivtecha b'beitecha u'v'lechtecha b'derech u'v'shachbecha u'v'kumecha u'kshartam leot al yadecha v'hayu letotafot bein einecha u'v'tamtam al mezuzot beitecha u'visharecha leman tizkeru v'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'tem kedoshim leloechem ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim liot lachem Elohim ani Adonai Elohechem Adonai Elohechem emet. Who is like you, who created heaven and earth from the Big Bang to the smallest subatomic particle? Who is like you, who set the planets in motion and brought light to their moons? Who is like you, who rustled up the air we breathe and the earth we walk on? Who is like you, one and one only, indivisible, radiant and dark, near and far, inside and everywhere, invisible to some, visible to others, spectacular in both mystery and obviousness? Who indeed is like you, who allows dissent and disbelief, even as you command us in so many ways? Who has plotted our destiny, yet given us the freedom to choose? Who to a rare few display glory in a continuous array of light, to others in an array of sparks, to still others in one spark that illuminates an entire lifetime, and still to others in darkness and death? Who is like you, whom we seek from birth to death, from whom we take life, to whom we give our lives.
מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נהדר בקודש, מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נהדר בקודש. נוראתי לו עושה פלא, נוראתי לו עושה פלא, אדוני לו לעולם ועד. מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נהדר בקודש, מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נהדר בקודש. מלכותך ראו בניך, חוקי הים לפני משה ומרים, זה אלי ענו ואמרו, זה אלי ענו ואמרו, אדוני לו לעולם ועד. אדוני לו לעולם ועד. אדוני לו לעולם ועד.
Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storm.
Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storm. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storm. Hashtivenu, Adonai Eloheinu. Hashtivenu, Lishalom. Ve'ha'amidenu, Shomreinu l'chayim. Ufros aleinu, Sukkot shlomecha. Hashtivenu Adonai Eloheinu, Eloheinu l'shalom. L'shalom. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's
A famous Jacob Riis photograph of the Jewish Lower East Side in New York displays a bearded immigrant dressed in his only suit, sitting with challah and wine at his Shabbat table, regally enjoying his respite from the back-breaking labor that filled his weekdays. He sits alone. His table virtually fills his tiny one-room home, which is a coal cellar. But even there, he insists on fulfilling the mitzvah of guarding Shabbat. V'shamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, l'dorotam berit olam. The people of Israel have been keeping Shabbat as a covenant throughout all time.
Please rise. Adonai, Severtativta, Uviyagi Tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. Yalalai, lai, yalalai, lai, 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 lai. Adonai, Severtativta, Uviyagi Tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. Yalalai, lai, lai, 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 yalalai, lai, lai. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu v'Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, v'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el HaGadol, HaGibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, Ve'koneh HaKol, Ve'zocher Chasdei Avot v'Imahot,
ומביאו לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה. מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם בעזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיי מתים אתה רב להושיע, משיב הרוח ומוריד הגשם, מכלכל חיים בחסד, מחיי מתים ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך בעל גבורות, ומידו מלך, מלך ממית ומחיה, ומצמיח ישועה. ונאמן אתה להחיות מתים, ברוך אתה אדוני, מחיי המתים. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלה. ברוך אתה אדוני, האל הקדוש. It doesn't interest me if there is one God or many gods. I want to know if you feel you belong or feel abandoned, if you know despair or can see it in others. I want to know if you are prepared to live in the world with its harsh need to change you, if you can look back with firm eyes saying, "This is where I stand." I want to know if you know how to melt into that fierce heat of living, falling toward the center of your longing. I want to know if you are willing to live day by day with the consequences of love and the bitter, unwanted passion of your sure defeat. I have heard in that fierce embrace, even the gods speak of God.
Let's
Let's sing
Amen.
Please pray with me responsively. For the good in us which calls us to a better life, we give thanks.
For the strength to improve the world with our hearts and our hands, we offer praise.
For the desire which leads us to work for peace, we are grateful.
For life and nature, harmony and beauty, for the hope of tomorrow, all praise to the source of being.
At this time, we think of all of those people who are in need of God's healing presence in their lives, so many suffering around us and among us. We especially pray for Chris Argall, Nancy Ash, Mindy Beller, Chanalea Bat Devora, Amy Cooper, Woldemar Donier, Richard Eisen, Andrew Fisher, Dean Gabney, Roger Gluckman, Jacob Gluckman, Gabby Goldberg, Stuart Goodman, Tom Gosnell, Alicia Good, Nita Hicks, Bert Horwitz, Diana Kleinman, Chris Kuntz, Bob Melcher, Eric Neymark, Elise Plyler, Bill Rockamora, Jim Rudisil, Deborah Sanders, Jean and Steve Schimmel, Julie Sherman, Shoshana Slatke, Bob Ward, and Marlene Wexelblatt, and all of those people whose names have been included in the chat this evening. We have a beautiful new Misha Berach from Kol Simcha that we will pray will inspire us and send healing and wholeness as far out as it can possibly reach.
Mishaberach Avoteinu, Avraham, Yitzchak, veYaakov. sheberach imotenu, Sarah, Rivka, Leah, Rachel. May the one who blessed our mothers, may the one who blessed our fathers, hear our prayer. 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 And bless us as well. And bless us as well. Bless us with the power of your healing. Bless us with the power of your hope. May our hearts be filled with understanding and strengthened by the power of your love. Mishaberach Avotenu, Abraham, Yitzchak, veYaakov. Mishaberach Imotenu, Sarah, Rivka, Leah, veRachel. May the one who blessed our mothers, may the one who blessed our fathers, hear our prayer. 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 And bless us as well. Hear our prayer. Hear our prayer. Hear our prayer. Hear our prayer. And bless us as well.
יהיו לרצון אמרי פי והגיון ליבי לפניך אדוני to you, O God, my rock and my redeemer. Yehu liratzon imrefi ve'egyon libi Adonai, Zori, Vego.
Traveling with your family can be a stressful effort to say the least, especially on long car rides with your siblings. Dagny, my sister, and I would always start off by doing our own thing, get bored, and then start annoying each other. My parents did not necessarily appreciate this form of entertainment, and to prevent us from fighting and messing with each other, the rule was no one could cross the middle seat. That middle seat probably saved us from many unnecessary quarrels between my sister and I. In this week's Torah portion, Vayigash, we wrap up the story of Joseph. Earlier in his story, we see Joseph as an arrogant kid who annoys his brothers so much that his brothers almost kill him, but instead decide to sell him into slavery in Egypt. After a series of events, Joseph the dreamer interprets the Pharaoh's dreams, gets out of slavery, and earns a spot as Pharaoh's right-hand man. Joseph is put in charge of managing all the grain in preparation for 7 years of famine. In this week's portion, the famine has hit the region hard, and Joseph's long-lost brothers have traveled to Egypt because they heard there was food. In a dramatic conclusion to the brothers' reunion, we see Joseph as a new and reformed person who is willing to forgive the past. Joseph assures his brothers that he forgives them for selling him into slavery because it all happened for a reason. Anxious to be reunited with his father, Joseph sends his brothers back to Canaan to fetch their father, and his parting words are, "Do not be quarrelsome on the way." It is taught in a Barita, which is an early rabbinic teaching that are not canonized into the Mishnah, that Joseph did not only advise them not to quarrel along the way, but also gave them 2 additional pieces of counsel: avoid taking long strides and to only travel during the daylight. Why would Joseph tell them to only take small strides, especially if that would slow down their journey? The Gemara, otherwise known as later rabbinic teachings of the Talmud, elaborates that when a person takes long strides, they lose 1/500th of their eyesight. We could take this as the Gemara literally telling us to take baby steps, or we can see that it is trying to tell us to be more mindful in how we go through life. How often are we in such a hurry that we don't stop to see what is going on around us? Is it just easier to keep our heads down and ignore what we don't want to look at? When we keep our heads down and take long strides, we don't have to look at all the bad and evil that goes on into the world, but we also lose out in seeing the beauty that is in the world too. Joseph was giving them advice for their lives in general, not just this one trip. So we can take this advice as well and just be more mindful in how we go about our lives. In this time of pandemic life, haven't we all been able to slow down and admire the small beauties that we would normally hurry past? Hasn't our eyesight increased, and don't we see more beauty in the world? After we are all vaccinated, are we all going to go back to taking long strides and keeping our heads down? So besides telling his brothers not to quarrel and to take small strides, the other piece of advice that Joseph gives his brothers is to only travel during the daylight. The Gemara teaches if you have spent the night somewhere that you should leave in the morning with the words, "It is good." In this way, we imitate God who created light out of darkness and called it good. Interestingly, we always read this Torah portion in the darkest part of the year, especially this year, when it seems to be the darkest part of the darkest year that I personally have ever experienced. I think the Gemara is suggesting that it is okay to find security in the light, whether it is in the daylight or perhaps the light we find in other people. This past week, my dad had to quarantine after being exposed to the coronavirus at work, and we were unable to celebrate the rest of Hanukkah together, which is the festival of light. We were lighting candles over FaceTime, and it was so hard for us to feel safe and together when we couldn't even stand in the same room. We had to find the light in this tough and difficult place by being able to find the light in each other. The other piece of this teaching from the Gemara is that when you enter in daylight with the same words, "It is good." While none of us are traveling to unfamiliar places right now, each day we enter is an unfamiliar place. We can never know what to expect with all that is going on in the world right now. But waking up and saying, "It is good," or "It will be good," can make the difference and help us find familiarity in a world of complete unknown. Joseph was sending his brothers off on a journey, and here we are on an unfamiliar journey that we couldn't have expected. So we have 3 pieces of advice: to get along with each other, to be mindful and aware of what's going on around us, and to try and find the light in the darkness. So as we leave this year of unprecedented unknowns and enter a new journey, just like Joseph's brothers, we can carry these 3 pieces of advice with us and look back on this past year and be able to say, it is good as we enter a new one.
A kol hakavod to Addie Rakoff, who is the sole member of the confirmation class of 5781, but such a special sole member of that confirmation class as she is doing a rabbinic internship with me, and Addie has aspirations that I hope to flame of becoming a rabbi one day, and it's just been a delight to have her accompany me on so many of the things that I do, and thank you for those beautiful words of Torah this evening. I invite you now to rise, if you may, for Aleinu. Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, latet gedula leotzer bereshit, shehu asanu l'shomrei hadama, vehu samanu l'shlechei haTorah, shehu sam chayenu itam, vegor aleinu im kol ha'olam, v'anachnu korim u'mishtachavim u'modim lifnei melech malchei hamlachim hakadosh baruch hu shehu notei shamayim v'yotzei haaretz u'moshav yikaro b'shamayim imal u'shchinatu zo begavhei meromim hu Eloheinu einod emet malkeinu efes zulato kakatu betorato vedata hayom hashebota elevavecha ki Adonai hu Elohim b'shamayim imal ve'al haaretz mitachat einod v'nemar v'haya Adonai lemelech ol kol haaretz bayom hahu yeh Adonai echad u'shemo echad. Our thoughts turn now to those who have departed, our own loved ones, those whom our friends and our neighbors have lost, the martyrs of our people whose graves are unmarked, and those of every race and nation whose lives are a blessing to humanity. We mention these taken from our congregational families in recent days and weeks. We think of Bernard Leader, father of David Leader and father-in-law of Susan Leader, Selma Richmond, mother of Ellen Fisher and James Richmond, and Arnie Sagan, dear husband of Doris Sagan. As well, we acknowledge the yard sites, the anniversaries of the passing of Barbara Bloom, Belle Croland, Ida Druck, Harold L. Fisher, Joseph Gallenbeck, Abraham Garfinkel, Michael Glazer, Esther Goldenberg, Herbert J. Goldsmith, Nathan Heller, William Heller, Richard Hiller, Harry Kaplan, Greta Kemp, Ellen Kempenich, Joseph Klein, Mac Kramer, Bernard Neymark, Barney Perlman, Louis Reznikoff, Ivan Senzon, Paula Tatmar, and Ann Wall, and all of those lovingly remembered in the chat. Zichronam livracha, may all of their memories be for blessing. As together we say the mourner's Kaddish, you may rise if that is your custom. Yit Gadal, V'yit Kadash, Shemei Rabbah, Be'alma divrach Hirutei V'yamlich Malchutei, B'chayechon V'yomechon, V'chaye Dechol Beit Yisrael, Ba'agala V'zman Kariv V'imru Amen. Yehi Shmei Rabbah Mevarach Le'olam Olamei Maya, Yitbarach V'yishtabach V'yitpa'ar V'yitramam V'yitnaseh, V'yithadar v'yit'aleh v'yithalal shmei d'kudusha brichu le'ela min kol berchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata da'amiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shamaya v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mrama hu yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tebel v'imru amen.
My soul I give to you, my spirit in your care. Draw me near, I shall not fear. Hold me in your hand. Draw me near, I shall not fear, safely in your hand. My soul I give to you, my spirit in your care. Draw me near, I shall not fear. Hold me in your hand. Draw me near, I shall not fear. Safely in your hand.
Hi, I'm Buffy Skolnick, and I'm representing the board tonight. Shabbat Shalom, and I have a few announcements for you. Thank you to Rabbi Seth and Kim for our service this evening. And please note that you only have 2 more days to get in on the Brotherhood Lots Box fundraiser for New Year's Day. For just $20, you get to pick up a box with 2 bagels, cream cheese, lox, tomato, cucumber, onions, and a cookie. The only catch is you have to order and have your money in by Monday. Additionally, we got such great feedback on the Hanukkah videos that Marty Gillen produced for us. We have another idea that we are ready to start on. So please check your information from the email on Tuesday about the Blessing of the Pet video series. And if you are interested, get in touch with me and let me know. If we have lots of participants, we may have to limit the number. So let's get everybody in as quickly as possible. Thanks so much. That's all I have for tonight. We hope everybody rings in 2021 feeling safe and filled with light as this difficult year comes to an end. Shabbat Shalom.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. L'chaim.
Chaim.
And this beautiful challah provided by Amanda Diamond Ring. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz b'tei avon. And I'll have a bite of that a little bit later. Olam chesed yibaneh. Your steadfast love is confirmed forever. Olam chesed yibaneh, yalalai, lai, lai, yalalai, lai. 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 I will build this world from love. Yalalai, lai, lai, yalalai, lai. You must build this world from love. Yalalai, lai, lai, yalalai, lai. And if we build this world from love, yalalai, lai, lai, yalalai, lai, then God will build this world from love. Yalalai, lai, lai, yalalai, lai. Olam chesed yibaneh, yalalai, lai, lai, yalalai, lai. Olam chesed yibaneh, yalalai, lai, lai, yalalai, lai.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.